It's raining, it's pouring. The old man is snoring. He went to bed, couldn't get up in the morning. It's raining, it's pouring. The old man is snoring. He went.
Hey,
Hey everyone.
that was officially the weirdest Scooby-Doo movie that I've ever seen.
At least for me, this is one of the weirdest one because the other one that I
Yeah.
watched, if you guys have seen, is the one that started speaking French in it.
Okay, that one's interesting. That one
It's
is
not so much weird, it's more weird that Scooby can speak French because he's a dog.
I'm jealous.
And like the kids are American kids speaking French.
That's the cool part, honestly. I love French. So, let's see. Well, they caught the bad guys. It was like a bunch of drones, which is interesting. I loved that it had Bill Nye in it. That was fun.
But what is interesting is that they thought they caught the bad guy in the first
Yeah.
just to catch the bad guy in the end. That if you guys have seen like the cartoon version of Mystery Incorporated, where they are when they live in Crystal Cove, because I didn't know that they were originally from Crystal Cove, because I thought they were from Philadelphia or Massachusetts or something.
Somewhere, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe they moved. I don't know.
But the person that, if you remember, like he's supposed to be the mayor, who is Fred's father, and then there's a sheriff who he reminds me of, what's that guy's name, that cartoon, Johnny Bravo. He
Oh,
reminds me a little bit of Johnny Bravo.
that's funny. Yeah, but in this one, the sheriff turned out to be the bad guy. So that was, yeah, it's different than the TV. Different
It's a
than
little
the
bit,
TV
it
show.
portrays a little bit like the real world where there are bad cops and there are good cops.
Yeah, that's a good part too. I liked the movie. Um, it felt different. Like it felt kind of fast paced, but I liked it. So
Yes.
made me laugh. And see, Daphne kicked butt. And then Shaggy and Scooby, they had good times. Again, eating food.
And like,
So
I always feel bad for Shaggy and Scooby because every time they say there's a ghost after us, nobody believes them.
yeah, I know. They're always being like set aside. It's sad.
Well, I guess like in every team, you need to have a leader who is Fred, like the pretty one who is Daphne. Then you have the nerd who is like Velma, and two goofballs.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah. Velma's so smart. And she's just like
The funniest is when Velma said that I need to go into my mind palace, and after she ate the Scooby snacks, and Shaggy and Scooby appeared in her like mind palace,
yeah,
and she's like, "How in the world do you get in here?"
as advertised. That's hilarious. I don't know. That was a good scene. Cute.
Yeah.
Man, for Halloween, I want to buy candy and I want to watch horror movies.
Oh, we should do that because like Halloween week is coming up, and we
Yeah.
have like a surprise for like everyone. But you need to let us know in the comment section below what kind of movies you want us to watch.
Yeah.
Give us some like horror movies that not like Annabelle or like the 21st century like horror movies. Just everyone has seen it. Give us
Yeah.
something that we have never, like maybe from the 19th century. Do they have movies in the 19th century? I'm sorry, I just asked you a stupid question. I'm sorry. Like as if you're from the 19th century.
I mean, if you want to read a book, sure. I mean, um,
That'll be a
I don't
3 hour.
know when it started, but you know those like let's see. Well, 1900s there was the silent films. Then you had those little like, you know, the movers and all that. We could watch a theater like we could put on a theater show, but that's that's the closest you're gonna get.
Well, that was like the funniest thing is that I asked you literally, is there any movies from the 19th century? Expecting you to know if there's like movies from the 19th century.
Here we can look it up. When was film? Because I don't know the exact history of that. Let me see. So film, creed. Let's see, history of film. All right. Um, let's see. There was short films in Paris on 28th December 1895.
So this is the funniest one. So I searched up
So,
movies from the 19th century.
all right.
So you have, these are not movies from the 19th century.
I don't.
You have Nanny McPhee, which is like the 20th century.
Oh, well, they were set in the. Okay, the 19th century goes from 1800 to 1900. So technically, there would be like little silent movie films, but that's like the late 18th century.
There's like all these films that popped up. It's like Les Miserables, which came out in 2012.
That's funny.
Nanny
Yeah.
McPhee, which came out in 2005. Alice in
Yeah.
Wonderland in 2010. So it's
Yeah.
not really 19th century. It's more like the 20th, 21st century.
Yeah. We could interpret paintings. I bet there's some really scary paintings and music out there. You take
But
a painting.
the one that
Yeah.
is based technically on the 19th century is the Les Miserables, which is like more like a
Yeah.
musical than a horror movie.
Wait, when was that based though? Like,
It was the French Revolution.
oh, okay.
So it's like in the the movie was based in the 19th century, but it's like a remake of like the book that was like made by Victor Hugo.
Yeah. See, French. Okay, yeah. Well, you know.
But the modern Les Miserables that was made in 2012, that is a good movie to watch.
I love that movie. That was a good movie.
I watched the Broadway that was made in London of the 25th anniversary. I watched it more because
Yeah.
Nick Jonas was in there, so I was like, I wanted to watch it. Not because
Was it good?
yeah, I
To
watched it
what?
because of
Oh,
him, not because of what happened in the story.
that's hilarious.
You,
Yeah, but honestly, what movie should we watch? I mean, well, I um there's there's quite a few options. We could watch a really old classic black and white horror movie.
you know what I would like to watch is, have you heard of The Orphan?
No.
It's The Orphan or The Orphanage. It was based off like this little girl that was adopted. They think that
Yeah.
she is, I think, a 12-year-old girl, but she happened to be like
No,
a 24-year-old.
I've heard of that story. We need to watch that movie. Oh my goodness. That just creeps me out.
And like
Yeah.
you heard the story of like the recent one where the girl is like a dwarf, and the mom was saying that when she adopted her, she was like 8 years old or something.
Yeah, but
And
turns out she was 30.
like that's
Or,
where it gets interesting, because like she said at 8 you don't have your first period. You only get your
yeah.
first period
It,
from around 9 years old.
it was just that whole story. I no. Yeah, no. Okay, what? And that's called The Orphanage?
This is The Orphan or The Orphanage.
Okay. Maybe we should watch that one. Um,
Then there's another
yeah, but
one
we
which
can
is
have candy while we watch it.
then there's another one that is a Spanish version of The Orphanage, and that is scary because like it speaks only in Spanish, and like when you don't understand the language, it makes it even more
Oh,
terrifying.
yeah, I know. Like, if you hear, cause you just, yeah, cause then you focus more on the music and like the tone of voice and stuff. And if it sounds scary, then that's what you're focusing on. You're not really thinking about the story because you have no idea what's going on. So,
See,
and we should watch that movie.
the
We should
English
watch that.
version is called The Orphan, based on a little girl, but the Spanish version is called The Orphanage, which is like based on like the history of that orphanage that the woman grew up in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay. That's interesting. So, are they two different movies then,
yeah,
or?
two different
Oh,
movies,
okay.
because The Orphanage is only spoken in Spanish.
Got it. The Orphan, 2009. Okay.
And the Orphan, that is the one that is like based. It's a little bit like the true story about like the little girl that had dwarfism, and
Yeah,
she ended up to be older than she is.
yeah, it's based on a true story.
But the
Oof.
only difference is that the true story of that little girl is like 10 years ahead than what the movie had said.
Oh, yeah. And let's see. Producers, Leonardo DiCaprio. All right.
It's the first time I've seen
That's
him like
cool.
like directing a movie.
Yeah, it's like being a producer. Wow. That's cool.
It's usually you see Leonardo DiCaprio acting in a movie, never
Yeah.
directing a movie.
Yeah, he's known for his acting. So, it's pretty cool. Okay, so next time you guys see us, we'll probably be watching The Orphan with
Like,
candy.
let us know, you want us to see The Orphan next week or The Orphanage next week, guys.
Oh, yeah. Which one first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But probably if you guys don't comment, we'll choose ourselves. Yes.
Fine. Okay. Well, the month of horror has officially begun.
And I got this on my knees. You guys have to see it.
Oh, that's adorable.
The
That's
Hogwarts t-shirt.
I haven't seen a shirt like that. That's cute.
I know, right? Where's all these t-shirts when we were the age?
I know, really. uh, it seems like now you can get any kind of shirt from Amazon. It's beautiful. It's actually beautiful.
Yep.
Well,
Catch you next
should we
week.
get going?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, that was a fun movie.
An
I would
interesting
recommend
movie.
it. Yeah, I would recommend it to people who love Scooby-Doo and are just looking for.
And as you guys
fun.
know, Scooby-Doo is the most ridiculous cartoon movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the cartoon. So it's a
But
good one.
yeah, it's in a good way. The good
Yeah.
kind of like ridiculous movie.
Yeah, the good kind of ridiculous. I love it.
Like the kinds when you're watching as a kid, you're like, oh, I want to do that. But when you watch it as an adult, you're like, face palm. How did I fall for that when I was a kid?
It's funny. Yep. Well, bye everybody.
We'll catch you next Thursday, I hope. Yep.
Yep.
Let's start with the Halloween parade. Drive a little further. Stop! Scarecrow's equipment. He said it was stolen from Toe Omnitech. Imaginary. Come on, we need to hurry.
Oh boy, this is starting to creep me out, man. Like we shouldn't have come.
Shaggy, Scooby, you were in the pumpkin patch too. What did you see?
We like saw the totally framed drones here, and then the pumpkin started to come to life.
Totally framed?
Yeah, that's what it said on the side. It was spelled all funny. See?
Ah, totally framed.
Time's up, guys. They found us.